All right, so yeah, I'm Jay Morgan. So I grew up in a Christian home. We went to church every week, and yeah, I just knew all the right answers. We were in. It was like the sword drill, but like with all these Bible questions, and we had to like hit a buzzer and all this stuff. So we would, my siblings and I and my friends would like study the Bible, and we knew all the right answers. And so, yeah, it wasn't until after high school I just kind of started to do my own thing, and that's when I started to get involved in drugs. And yeah, I would go to parties all the time and just kind of fulfilling my self-desires. I would still call myself a Christian, but I was, if any of my friends looked at me, they would be like, oh, you're no different than us. Like, why would I be a Christian? And so I wasn't living for Christ. And then, yeah, eventually I moved out to Denver to get away from the group of friends that I had here in Lincoln, where I was not only doing drugs, but I was starting to get into selling. And I was like, okay, I need to separate myself from this group. And then I just moved out to Denver. And within 8 months of living in Denver, I became jobless and homeless because I was finding friends that were the same as the friends that I was trying to get away from, and like what I was trying to run away from here in Lincoln. And so, so yeah, just making bad choice after bad choice, and yeah, just became homeless and jobless. And it wasn't until I actually was at Starbucks one day, and I was looking on my computer, looking for jobs, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Obviously God, I started talking to God and just kind of praying and just being like truthful and honest with him. And I was like, you know, obviously I don't know what I'm doing, because I come from a family where my dad was in the military, and my mom's a nurse. Like, there should be no way that I'm jobless and homeless right now. But I was like, so you say jump, and I'm gonna jump. And then that's when my faith became real for me. And I started to take it serious. And after that, it was wild. Like, God was just placing things in my lap. Like, a job opportunity just came about shortly after. An apartment became available that I moved into, and all these things were like lining up, and I'm like, oh. And it didn't happen until I made that choice. Like, okay, God, you say jump, I'm gonna jump, and really start obeying him. And so yeah, and then from there, I mean, I'm trying to condense this down to a short amount of time, but there's a lot of information, and I could drag this on for a long time, but yeah, so short story, I was in Denver at that time. I eventually got a job offer in Beverly Hills. I moved out there and then moved back here about 5 years ago for family stuff. And yeah, so I just want to encourage all of you that, like, if you're a new believer, if you've just recently given your life to God, or maybe you haven't yet and you're kind of like, you're coming here and you're hearing all this stuff and you're like on that verge, I would say just jump in and go full force into it and see what happens. I mean, life is an adventure, and so why not try it out? Like we've tried all this other stuff out that like gives us this temporary high, and so why not live for God and get something that's better in store for you? So yeah.